Okay, guys, welcome again. This is Wonder Boga's analysis of practical history. So as I've promised, we're gonna just in a short while gonna just get into the Achaemenid fragment. This is the same day, so just excuse me, just gonna get into it because it's gonna be a longer one. We just getting deeper, and I don't wanna talk too much. I just wanna get into it. The Achaemenid fragment. I should okay. Sorry, I need to highlight this. I mean, yeah, this is sorry. I should prefer to call this fragment 2 of the Gospel of Peter. It begins abruptly in a discourse of our Lord. Okay, excuse me. Verse number 1 says, many of them shall be false prophets and shall teach ways and diverse doctrines of perditions, and they shall become sons of perdition. And they And then shall God come unto my faithful ones that hunger and thirst and are afflicted and prove their souls in this life, and shall judge the sons of iniquity. So this is the Acme fragment. I think it is some sort, or it is telling us about the apocalypse of Peter, or it is a version of the apocalypse of Peter per se. I do not know what the Acme fragment, the word Acme fragment come from. But let's just read. We're gonna find out more as we read. And the Lord added and said, let us go unto the mountain and pray. And going with him, we 12 disciples besought him that he would show us one of our righteous brethren that had departed out of the world, that we might see what manner of men they are in their form, and take courage and encourage also the men that should hear us. So you remember when God took his disciples to the mountain, and then Moses and Elijah appeared, and then they appeared curious. And then, yeah, I think you do remember. Yeah, okay. Number 6. And as we prayed, suddenly there appeared two men standing before the Lord, perhaps at to the east, upon whom we were not able to look, for they assured from their countenance a ray as of the sun, and their raiment was shining so as the eye of man never saw the like. For no mouth is able to declare, nor heart to conceive the glory wherewith they were clad, and the beauty of their countenance, whom when we saw we were astonished, for their bodies were whiter than any snow and redder than any rose, and the redness of them was mingled with whiteness. And in a word, I am not able to declare their beauty. For their hair was curling and flourishing, and fell calmly about their countenance and their shoulders, like a garland woven of nard and various flowers, or like a rainbow in the air. Such was their comeliness. Wow. So you see, it goes into deeper details than in the Gospels. In the Gospels, it doesn't get into more details about their apparels, their clothing, their colors, their yeah. Okay. Number 11. We then seeing the beauty of them were astonished at them, for they appeared suddenly, so they were not expecting. Okay. And I drew near to the Lord and said, who are these? He said to me, these are your righteous brethren whose appearance ye did desire to see. So I think I'm assuming this is Peter asking. And I said unto him, and where are all the righteous? Or of what sort is the world wherein they are? And possess this glory. And the Lord showed me a very great region outside this world, exceeding bright with light, and the air of that place illuminated with the beams of the sun, and the earth of itself flowering with blossoms that fade not, and full of spices and plants, fair flowering and incorruptible, and bearing blessed fruits. And so great was the blossom that the odor thereof was abundant even unto us. Man, so the God made them like Jesus showed them like so a vision of the next life or of the next world that the Russians are going to, or and that those who have already passed to that place are there. They even They were even able to smell like the smell of that place. Wow, this is amazing. It is these teachers, remember, they are not in the Bible. They are not in the canonical versions. This is the Apocalypse of Peter. Now I'm saying, okay. And the dwellers of in that place were clad with the raiment of shining angels, and their raiment was like unto their land. Hmm. How I jealous of these folks here. Okay, 18. And angels ran around about them there, and the glory of them that dwelt there was all equal, and with one voice they praised the Lord, rejoicing in that place. What more would a man want? Okay, 20. The Lord said unto us, this is the place of your leaders, the righteous man. 21. I'm in a hurricane, sorry. And I saw also another place over against that one, very very squalid, and it was a place of punishment. And they that were punished and the angels that punished them had their raiment dark. Remember, the angels, note the angels that punished them. So not the demons, not Satan, but the angels that punished them had their raiment dark, according to the air of the place. And some that were there hanging by their tongues, and these were they that blasphemed, sorry about that, these were they that blasphemed their way of righteousness, and under them was laid fire flaming and tormenting them. So those that were deliberately, this can't find the word, but blasphemed the way of righteousness. Okay, I'm sure you understand all that. We are all Christians. Anyways, we've read the Bible. We know what blasphemy means. Okay, verse number 23. Oh, I mean number 23 because some seems like there are verses in between these words. Okay, but anyway, let's just say verse number 23. And there was a great lake full of flame. I almost said fire, Maya, wherein were certain men that turned away from righteousness, and the angels, tormentors were set over them. Sorry, Peter, I need to take this uh, call. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I was on a call. Okay, we'll continue from verse number 24 since we've read number 23. I'll just get back on it. And there were also others, sorry, and there were also others, women hanged by their hair above that mire which boiled up, and these were they that adorned themselves for adultery. Goodness me. So this book gets into details like that, like more details and how what kind of torment or punishment certain types of people who do certain types of sins will face. Excuse me of my pronunciation. Maybe some words I'm not pronouncing correctly. English is not my primary language. It is not my mother tongue. But anyways, let's continue. And the men that were joined with them in the defilement of adultery were hanging by their feet. So the men that slept with those women who adorned themselves for adultery, so more like the prostitutes, and the men here, those who were buying prostitutes. I'm just making an example. Maybe it goes me lighter than that. Maybe what I'm assuming is a bit way too far. Maybe even yeah, you get what I'm saying. Okay, and the men that were joined with them in the defilement of adultery were hanging by their feet and had their heads hidden in the mire. Good Lord, and said, we believe not that we should come unto this place. So they don't deserve what was being done unto them, like the punishment that they faced. Okay. And I saw the murderers and them that were consenting to them cast into a straight place full of evil, creeping things and smitten by beasts, and so turning themselves about in the torment. And upon them were set worms like clouds of darkness. And the souls of them that were murdered stood and looked upon the torment of those murderers and said, O God, righteous is thy judgment. Hmm. Guys, this is deep. This right here is deep. I'm gonna read 25 again. I'm just read 25 again. And I saw the murderers and them that were contenting. Good Lord, these ones, I feel for them. Contenting to them, contenting to them. Good Lord. Even though they did not murder, but they were contending with the murderers. So they are cast into a straight place full of evil. Straight, so more of like a straight hole. I'm not sure, I don't know, but a straight place full of evil, creeping things, and smitten by those beasts. I wonder what kind of beast that was. And so turning themselves about in the torment. So like they're going to and fro because of pain. Because if you're feeling pain, you can't stand on one place. And upon them were set worms like clouds of darkness, and the souls of them that were murdered. So now the victims stood and looked upon the torment of those murderers and said, "Oh God, righteous is thy judgment." So this whole thing goes way, way too deeper. To us, it's just a person that is gone. It's a lot is happening out there. A lot is happening after life. Okay, verse number 26. Sorry. And hard in the heart by that place I saw another straight place wherein the discharge and the stench of them that were in torment ran down, and there was as it were a lake there, and there sat women up to their necks in deadly choir, and over against them many children which were born out of due time sat crying, and from them went forth rays of fire and smote the women in the eyes. So, oh, excuse me, I'm running. Smote the woman in the eyes, and these were they that conceived out of wedlock and caused abortion. So this is the same as the one we read before we came into this acronym fragment. The rays that come out from the flesh is not the eyes of the mothers that committed abortion. Okay. Good Lord. Verse number 27. And other men and women were being burned up to their middle and cast down in a dark place and scourged by evil spirits. Go. And having their entrails devoured by worms that rested not. Not these, oh, and these were they that had persecuted the righteous and delivered them up. Hmm. As they're persecuting people in the Middle East right now, they have no idea what is coming for them. Okay, 28. And near to them again were women and men gnawing their lips and in torment, and having unheated in the fire set against their eyes. Good Lord! And these were they that did blaspheme and speak evil of the way of righteousness. People don't know what they're doing. God forgive them for they don't know what they're doing. Jesus said those words. Do remember that. Verse number 29. And over against these were yet others, men and women, knowing their tongues and having flaming fire in their mouths. And these were the false witnesses, being brought to witness lies. Hmm. And in another place were gravel stones, sharper than swords or any spits heated with fire. You and men and women clad in filthy rags rolled upon them in torment. Uh, and on an heap of stones stood he rest, and shall live in their midst of gravel stones. Okay, this is a quote from another script somewhere. And these were they that were rich and trusted in their riches. Good Lord. And had no pity upon orphans and widows, but neglected the commandments of God. Entertain strangers, for by doing so, some entertain angels unknowingly. This right here, about is one about the orphans and widows and those who live on the street. There's a verse that says, "True religion is feeding the poor." Yeah, I'm not sure, but it's in the Gospels. I think it's in Matthew. Okay, 31. And in another, okay, it's also called alms, doing alms, like feeding the needy, yeah, giving to the poor. Yeah, doing alms. This is also found in Isaiah 58, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And in another great lake full of soul matters, full of foul matter and blood and boiling mire, stood men and women up to their knees, and these were they that lent money and demanded assury upon assury. Good Lord. I'm assuming this is like loan sharks. I'm not too sure. I do not know. Okay. And other men and women being cast down from a great rock fell to the bottom, and again were driven by them that were set over them to go up upon the rock, and thence were cast down to the bottom, and had no rest from this torment. Yo, this is painful. And these were they that did defile their bodies, behaving as women. So this is like these are gays, and the women that were with them were they that lay with one another, lesbians, as a man with a woman. Gays and lesbians. This is how they will be punished. Yo, 33. And beside that rock was a place full of much fire, and there stood men which with their own hands had made images for themselves instead of God, and beside them other men and women, having rods of fire and smiting one another and never resting from this man of torment. I do not understand that three. Sorry, I didn't even quote it, like highlight it. Okay, last one, 34. And yet others near unto them, men and women, burning and turning themselves about and roasted as in a pan. And these were they that forsook the way of God. Okay, so I didn't highlight 34 also. Let me read it again. And yet others near unto them, men and women, burning and turning themselves about and roasted as in a pan. Yo, this is painful. And these were they that forsook the way of God. So they were once believers and then they turned back and said, this is not it. They turned back to their old ways. So this is how they are punished in hell. Yo, guys, I hope you are seeing. I do not know why this was not included in the Bible, like the Holy Bible, the canonical versions. I do not know. But I'm sure if it was included, a lot of people would have stayed stronger in the way of life, like in the way of Christianity, in the way of the Lord, because these things here, they mean business, they are serious. This is scary because now you understand that there is hell and the details within the hell, what is happening. But in the Bible, we just know that there is hell, but you don't really know the details. But now I do know, and I believe you also know how our gays and lesbians will be punished, how are those who are committing abortion will be punished, how are the blasphemers will be punished, how are those who are concerning with the matters and the matters will be punished. Like almost everything, guys, almost everything. But we have not finished. On another day or tomorrow, we're gonna continue on the Bodleian leaf, the Ethiopic text. But what I want the most is the Ethiopic text because it's longer, and I'm sure we're gonna find something nice and juicy and solid in here. Yeah, solid. Okay, guys, that is all from me on today. I'll catch you on the next time on the next topic on the next video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like and comment. Thank you very much.